You only have to open up social media or turn on the news to see how polarized society can seem. And our next guest, Shelby Scarbrough, has a new book to help you navigate all that with respect and civility. My goodness, good morning, Shelby. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How nice to be here.
It's wonderful to have you. Those two words, I've almost forgotten what they even mean, respect and civility.
Yes.
But all jokes aside, what was the inspiration behind the book?
Well, I have a long history with handling dignitaries and being in this diplomatic world, and so the word diplomacy sort of stood out to me as something that we have little of these days, and that rolled right into civility. And I took the inspiration from the book that George Washington wrote when he was a kid. It was about 110, the rules of civility. And some of them are kind of funny. You know, there are things like, thou shalt not stand so close so as to bedew a man with one's spittle. So
I mean, that's a quote I often use.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
But when you really get down to the core of them, they come down to some basic fundamentals of human interaction that are kind of a good idea to pay attention to.
Yeah, with that in mind, what are the modern obstacles? Because clearly the world has changed a lot since then. What are the modern obstacles that people face in terms of putting a block in place for civility, for discussion, discourse, without it being uncomfortable and uncivil?
So, I noticed when I came into the studio this morning that you have the core values for the company on the wall. And that's, as if I can remember them, courage, community, there's four C's. There's courage and community. And so when you think about it, it's about getting together and talking to people, having the courage, and the compassion is one of them, to be able to speak your mind and do it with compassion for somebody else's perspective, but also it's not about not saying what you think, right? And then having the curiosity to understand who you're talking to and what they care about as well, and building that community around it. If you have those goals, it's a great way to start.
Yeah, at the core of the book, is there messaging in there? Is there ways of people to be more productive, to use those foundations and to branch out and to be more understanding and more sympathetic, as well as obviously arguing your points about whatever it is in life?
Absolutely. One of the biggest and easiest ones to follow is the golden rule, right? In the book, I have several pages of variations on the golden rule, which is do unto others, to treat somebody else as you would like to be treated. I mean, we all have a bit of an ego. Everybody is egocentric at some point in their life or in general. So let's just play with that, okay? So how do I want to be treated? Well, then I'm going to treat you the way I want to be treated.
So there's practical methods in the book. Do you have any testimonials anywhere in life where your book has helped someone else, or they've told you about like how it's changed their perspective on things?
Yeah, I get lots of commentary back. And one of the things that I do is when I'm out and about and I see an act of civility, I carry cards around with me like this.
Oh.
And so it says, thank you for your act of civility. And I give it to the person that I ran into who did something kind for me or for somebody else. If I just witnessed something, I try to reward that and say thank you for your civility. It's just a small little touch, but it's something that I really like to do to draw it out in people and make sure people get acknowledged for it.
You know what? This is actually a really good point that I think people often miss. People, want civility towards themselves, but are often maybe not so civil back. So, this is a mutually agreeable thing. It's an exchange. It's part of a conversation. So being civil to someone is acknowledging someone else has been civil to you.
Exactly.
And that obviously must be the starting point and where things branch out. It's almost like paying it forward at the drive-through restaurant or a drink at Starbucks or whatever. So this is almost like a good point, a reminder as well to other people.
In fact, the card is a pay it forward. It says on there, don't keep this, pass it along when you see an act of civility. So the point is to spread joy, spread happiness, spread civility.
Yeah. So apart from your book, obviously, which people should pick up and get themselves a copy in which to practice these things, how can we all be more inclusive? How can we all be more civil with each other? Where does it start for us as a community?
So it starts with it starts with me, it starts with ourselves, because we can't, you said it earlier, we expect everybody else to be civil, but that's not the way it works. We have to bring civility to the table in order to have it start and to have it grow.
Yeah. Shelby, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I think I need to pass this back to you because this has been a thoroughly civil conversation.
Thank you
so
very much.
Shelby's book, Civility Rules, is out now with a new book, Joy, Journey, Life, coming out soon, and you can read all about her and how to get a copy of them by visiting shelbyjoyscarbrough.com.